What's popping, man? Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go, man. I named this video "Pick Up the Dice," man, because sometimes in life you really gotta take a chance on yourself. Like you really have, and I did this a lot of times in my life. I made some mistakes. Hey, I didn't make any mistakes. I learned a lot, you know. So it's very important that you pick up the dice in this life, man, because if you just following the rules, you going with the motion, you gonna feel like you stuck. You gonna feel like you at a dead end. Sometimes you gotta pick up them dices and gamble a little bit. Sometimes you gotta move to a new state. Sometimes you gotta quit that job, start a new job. You know, sometimes you gotta let that girl go that's draining you, and she just making you feel miserable every day, and like it feels like you don't have a life, but you in her life, you doing everything. Sometimes you gotta let her go. Sometimes you gotta say, look, I love you, but I got things to accomplish. I got things to do. I got work to do. That's a song too. Wait, who's singing that? Think Ronald Isley. I got work to do. Yeah, like you got work to do, man. That's very important, because if you live for women your whole life, you're not going to accomplish nothing. And I'm not even talking about gaining material things. I'm just talking about evolving as a man. Because before you get material things, bro, you got to really know yourself. Because you can get all these material things and you can still feel insecure. You can still feel like you don't deserve it. You can still feel like, this ain't me. Like, you can still feel like that. Trust me, I know. So before you get those material things, bro, like you really have to learn who you are as a man. You really have to drop a lot of dead weight. You really have to start gaining new friends that breathe life into you. And you really gotta learn how to roll the dice sometimes. You know, in this life, if you play it safe, bro, I promise you, you will not be happy. And the people that's not happy, they never rolling the dice. And they sit on the sideline, they watching people who rolling the dice. They watching people who taking chances. They watching people who doing new things, and they judging them. I'm like, nah, don't judge them, because they actually learning something. You know, they actually learning something by trial and error. You go learn. That's actually the fastest way to learn. Another good way to learn too is by watching other people and not doing what they do, or actually doing what they do. You know, that's a way to learn too. But in this life, man, rolling the dice is gonna get you. It's gonna get you where you want to be quicker. Yeah, sometimes you're gonna fall flat on your face, but it's all part of life, man. It's all part of life. Because if you keep waiting and waiting for the perfect time, it ain't gonna come. It ain't gonna come. If you keep following what your mom told you to do, what the church told you to do, what your teachers tell you to do, just follow this. Man, in life, let me tell you this. What I learned in my 33 years. In life, it ain't no rules to this shit, man. It ain't no rules to this shit. The same person you laugh at right now, 2 years from now, they could be on top. It ain't no rules to this, because you never know the words people might hear that can change their life. You never know the experience people might have that's going to change their life for the better. You never know. So be careful who you talk down on, who you laugh at, because you never know who that person going to become. I'm talking to you too, because you could become that person that right now your family laughing at you, your family talking behind your back. You know, you just graduated high school, you just graduated college. They probably calling you lazy because you confused on what you want to do. Look, I'm gonna tell you what you do, man. You work, and like I said in my last video, Sundays you take that day up, not take it off, but you get out of the house and you go socialize. You know, but you roll them dice. You roll them dice. You don't have to stay in the same city you in. When I was 19, I moved from Louisiana. My mom, she thought I was going to live in Louisiana forever. She told me, she was like, because she kind of had me spoiled a little bit like that, you know, but she said, oh, you never leaving. I already know. She said that. I said, word? Bet. When I hit, 19, 20, one of them, like I saved up a few dollars. I got on the plane. Flew to Georgia. I never flew in my life before that. You know, and ever since then, it's nothing, man. Like, I'm actually more comfortable on the road. Like, I'm comfortable. Later this year, I get my passport and things like that. But traveling this country, man, it's a beautiful country when you travel. So it's a lot of people talking about like traveling overseas and like you waiting on the perfect time to go overseas. Bro, you don't have to wait. Like, you can still go overseas, but you in the country right here, you can still travel. And that's, man, look, life's so crazy. You really gonna find yourself when you traveling. You really gonna find yourself when you traveling. You really gonna find yourself when you feel lost. And it's crazy, like, the best things only happen when the worst time of your life. Like right now, somebody probably listen to this video, they like, damn, I never thought of it like that. And they might be going through something. All you gotta do is get you a job, save up some money. Especially if you don't have no kids, bro. You're supposed to be out here living life. And I'm not saying just partying and clubbing all the time. I'm saying traveling, like getting on the bus, getting on the plane, getting on the train, all that. You know, somebody always calling me. But even when you got kids, man, like don't just give up on life. Like, still be living for your kids, taking care of your kids, but still find new things. Still roll them dice for yourself. Now, you're gonna be rolling dice like quitting your job and stuff like that, but when it comes to finding out what you love in life, like, still try new things, man. It's very important. And I keep saying that because it is very important. If you just going by the rules, you stand put in this box that they create for you, you go be miserable a lot in this life. You go be miserable a lot. And sometimes, man, let me be real. Sometimes when you roll the dice, like, you gonna have to take a sacrifice. And I'm not talking about no sacrifice like, oh, you gotta kill somebody. No, I'm talking about you got to give something up. Sometimes you gotta give up pleasure for a little while. Sometimes you gotta give up fun for a little while. Or the old fun. You can create a new fun. A new fun could be you learning new things. And you can actually make work fun. It's just all mental, man. Like, I travel all across this country, and I'm starting, well, I've been seeing, but I'm just starting paying attention. I'm like, man, the Mexicans, they really be on their shit. Like, they don't be complaining, they just be working. And everywhere I go, I'm seeing it. And like, sometimes they singing while they working, they laughing. I'm like, damn. You know, and like, some of us, we be needing this, that, we be complaining, and come on, man. You know, it's people out here really with nowhere to go today. They sitting on side the interstate. You know, when you get off on your exit and you see them at that stop sign to your left, they sitting on the interstate, don't even know where they going. People don't see them, man. You really invisible. When you ain't got no money, your own family do you dirty, your friends, you probably got one friend that care, and they gonna get tired of you. You know, so you gotta start caring about yourself in this life. You know, that's very important, man. And like, sometimes you will have to give up fun for a little while to get back rolling. But then you can roll that dice when you got some money saved up. You can roll that dice. Okay, I want to move from Florida. I want to go to Cali. I want to go to Tennessee. You don't have to stay put. You don't have to stay put. You don't have to tell. You don't want people predicting who you are, because that's when they gonna start just accept. You know, nah. Don't let them be able to predict who you are. You create who you are. You know, that's very important, man. So, hey, start rolling them dices, man. Start taking the gamble on your life. You know, not in a negative way, but to improve your mental, your spiritual, whatever it is. You know, start rolling that dice. Y'all have a good day.